Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have Ciaran McMeeken with us. A return visit from Ciaran. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, Matty.
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Yeah.
It was about a year and a half, 2 years ago you were here.
It was.
When your EP was out.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since then? You've got a new album coming out.
Yeah, been busy writing. So since then, I'd written about 40 odd 50 songs or something.
You went to some kind of writing getaway in Europe, is that right?
Yes, yeah, 5 weeks writing trip throughout Europe, mainly in London.
Right.
Went over to Amsterdam and Switzerland
Nice.
and met some people and wrote some songs, which was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, came back with like 40 songs, most of which were rubbish. But there was about 5 of them in there that were semi-decent.
They were keepers?
They were keepers. Yeah, so they've gone on the album. And yeah, so I've just been tucked away, writing and
So what is it like being thrown in with a bunch of other people, strangers basically, to write songs together?
Yeah, do you know what? I know that it sounds quite daunting as a songwriter, because songwriting can be generally a really personal process. You know, it's kind of like just, you know, chucking away in your room just writing songs. But I personally found it from the get-go just really awesome. Just collaborating, you know, and just sharing that space with someone, being honest and vulnerable with them, and I found that you really get onto a topic with them that's actually really meaningful for you both. Right. And two minds is always better than one, you know, and I've really found it to be a really powerful process. So this album's been a lot of collaboration. Sort of 70% of it has been.
So who were these people that you were you just kind of thrown together, or did you kind of have a choice of who you were writing with?
Thrown together.
Yeah.
My manager, producer Greg Haver, is a Welsh producer, and he's got a lot of just people he's worked with over the years.
Manic Street Preachers?
Manic Street Preachers, yeah. A lot of just people he's worked with over the years, and just through his contacts, he just teed me up with about 17 different songwriters. And
so what kind of things do you learn from writing with other people?
Well, I learned a lot about vulnerability. I know it sounds strange, but I found that just through me, I would generally engage that conversation of just being like, and often ask people, what's the biggest thing going on in your life at the moment? And often people are sort of a little bit taken back, and I'll share the biggest thing going on in my life at the moment, whether that's, you know, breaking up with your girlfriend or whatever it is that's big, you know, and just talk about that. And I just found that it really just opens up this space for a song of real substance to come forward. And it doesn't always work out, but I find that generally when you have that authentic conversation, something comes of it, you know.
And I can see where it could be possibly easier to open up to a complete stranger, because you don't have any kind of other relationship with them, so you're here simply to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So. And then you leave at the end of the day, and with that trip anyway, I've never seen them again. You know, so say whatever you want.
So you have a bunch of collaborators who you probably will never see again.
And they know me probably better than most people.
that's kind of strange.
Yeah, I know.
It's like having illegitimate children all around the world somehow.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So the first song that we're going to hear, because you've got some of your band members here. First, tell us who's here with you today.
Yes, so I've got Jesse Reeves on bass guitar and Chris Rusco on drums.
Great.
So, And
they play on the album?
They play on the album, yep.
Cool.
Yep.
And the first song that we're going to hear is actually one that was written before all of this European shenanigans got up to
all those shenanigans.
It's a song called My Kin, so one of your earliest tunes, right?
Yeah, so interesting story about this one. So when I was funding my last EP, Screaming Man, I did a Pledge Me campaign. Right. And part of my, with Pledge Me, you know, people can pledge a certain amount of money and get a reward. And my reward for someone who pledged over $1,000 was that I would write them a song. And some really good family friends of mine who live over in Australia pledged me over $1,000. And I wrote them what turned out to be this song. And they're an amazing family, really fun-loving bunch of people, and they're so much fun. I really wanted to write like a family anthem for them, something that that was my intention anyway, something they can put on, sing to and dance to. Yeah. And yeah, this the song came about. So
cool. And now you got a full band rather than just yourself strumming away. So
yeah,
it's even more celebratory, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, got that nice bass drum hit you in the face chorus.
Cool. Well, let's give it a listen.
Laughter was born into her mouth. And my daughter, I am so proud. And my sons light up the way, moving toward a higher plane. A little wife is made of gold, a butterfly that I can't hold, full of grateful all that's mine. Celebrate with a bottle of wine. Oh, 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 no, oh, oh. Before I pop the cork, we hit all us a joint. And I told you this before. You know that I love you. Just light it up, breathe it in, move it round, all night long. Drink it down, sing it out, bring it on. Oh, my king. A ripple of red, shivered the light. A couple of friends will come tonight. Sing, we dance, we create. Let the haze take us away. Snap the camera for memorabilia, looking like a million bucks. Flag the filter, grab the guitar, clap the chorus, as if the moment was written for us. Tell you a story when I was your age. Something really changes through the decades. A little longer, sing another song with us. Think it's time we light up another fire, fire. Before we turn for sleep, there are more words I need to speak. I will die the happiest man who has breathed, knowing my family is you and me. Let's light it up, breathe it in, move it round. One last time, drink it down, sing it out, bring it on. Oh, my king. Light it up, breathe it in, move it around. My king, drink it down, sing it out, bring it home. I can't light it up, breathe it in, move it around. I can't drink it down, sing it out, bring it home. I can't light it up, light it up, light it up.
Alrighty, we're back here with Ciaran McMeeken, and we just heard My Kin. So now we're going to hear a couple of new songs. And we should point out that the album, which is a self-titled album, is coming out on August 6th, is that right?
August 4th.
August
Close.
4th.
Yep.
Okay. And it was recorded just down the street here at Roundhead Studios with Neil Finn's outfit.
Yes.
So what kind of experience was that? Was that because the EPs you were recording down on the South Island, right?
So the first EP I recorded in a farmhouse.
Right.
The second EP got recorded at Roundhead, but the majority at a basement studio out in Takapuna in Auckland. But yeah, this one we did a week at Roundhead, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole band was there, and there was just such a wonderful energy involved, and everyone was just so kind of invested in the songs. You know, as a band as well, we'd been working on these songs for months and months, years, and yeah, we were so invested in them, and there was just for me anyway, it just felt like I was a part of something really special, and I know, yeah, it was really cool. And then we did the basis of it there, and then we went out to a studio out in Birkenhead to record the rest. So yeah.
And was it always the plan to have a band with you, or at some point did you make a decision, I'm not going to be a solo, I'm going to have other people working with me?
I remember setting a goal when I first moved up to Auckland from Dunedin that I wanted to form a band, and then it happened. You know, just literally. It was
Where
awesome.
did you find these guys?
Well, I met, the universe just sort of randomly threw them at me. I met Chris, the drummer, through a random guy I met at a gig,
right?
Just randomly, and then Chris put it out to the World Wide Web, and we met Jesse, and
right off the web. It's like almost like online dating.
yeah, pretty much. Well, no, it was
mail order basis.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like Chris put it out there. He was like, "Who's the best bassist?" You know, and everyone recommended Jesse. So, cool. And then Aaron, who's not here today, guitarist. We trialed a few guitarists, and no one really quite fitted, but Aaron just slotted in perfectly. And then E.M. Basa, who was the keyboard player on the album as well. I met him actually through songwriting, and he just naturally just slid in for the album, and that was the team.
Cool.
And it was we just gelled awesomely, so it was really cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so the song that we're going to hear is called That Feeling.
Yes.
What do you got to say about that one?
Well, this is an interesting one.
Okay.
I actually wrote this at Roundhead as well. I was lucky to be involved in a thing called APRA Song Hubs, which I was in the first year, and there was awesome. For those who don't know, Song Hubs is basically there were 12 New Zealand songwriters, young songwriters, and then there were 3 international writers, and we all got together for a week and just wrote songs together, and it was awesome. And that feeling came about right on the last day. We had these mentoring sessions with one of the international writers, and I got paired up with a lady called Mozella. Just a 20-minute meant to be a mentoring session,
right?
And I thought, you know what, bugger that.
You're ready to go, huh?
I'm ready. I want to write some. If I'm going to have 20 minutes with one of the world's best songwriters, I want to write a song. Right. So I literally just bowled in there with my guitar first thing, and I said, and she asked me about my career. I said, nah, let's do this, and we did, and we just started playing these chords, and she, we were just vibing a few things back and forward, and that was it really. And I took the song with me for about a week, 10 days or something, and I was just working on the lyrics and stuff, but I didn't think a lot of it at the time until I brought it to the band. I remember this rehearsal that I brought them the song, and it just came alive, and we were all just looking around the room with big grins on our face because it was just felt really special.
Very cool. All right, yeah. Well, let's give it a listen.
Yeah.
There's a place that I once heard about, in a story that was read to me out loud. A land of make-believers, so it seemed, and it took me to a place of hopes and dreams. My mother said to me when I turned 18, there's a ship and it's sailing across the sea. Just promise me, boy, you'll write me every day, and I'll leave before my mind changes. Turn my back to my homeland, throw a coin over my shoulder, and I hear the water break. May good luck come my way. take to get so wrong? When you're standing on the other side of the globe. 'Cause even if it takes a lifetime, I swear that I'd still go. When I climb those Spanish steps, I'll let you know. I'm singing tunes in the chorus cafe. 24 years to the day I've been awake. My feet are standing still on foreign ground. There's no map to show you the side of town. Turn my back to my homeland, never looked over my shoulder. And I heard my mother say, you lost something along the way. How long does it take to get to Rome? When you're standing on the other side of the globe. 'Cause even if it takes a lifetime, I swear that I'd still go. When I climb those Spanish steps, I'll let you know. On the other side of the globe. 'Cause even if it takes a lifetime, I swear that I'd still go. When I climb those Spanish steps, I'll let you know. And how long does it take to get to Rome? When I climb those Spanish steps, I'll let you know.
Okay, we've got Ciaran McMeeken here at the 13th floor. His self-titled debut album is imminently being released, so we've heard two tunes from it. We've got one more to listen to, a tune called Spanish Steps, which you were telling me is one of the ones that you actually wrote overseas at this songwriting thingy. So do you remember much? Is it all a blur?
No,
because you wrote like 30 songs or something, or can you remember the details?
Yeah, I do. Funnily enough, I remember all the sessions pretty darn well. I mean, as I said, because you're engaged in such kind of personal topics with people, like you're pretty darn present with the person. So I remember Spanish Steps. I was writing with a guy called Sam Taylor, who is he's a real troubadour, folk, purist.
Right. Where was he from, do you know?
He's from Sheffield in UK, and he does a lot of traveling around the world playing. And I went to his house, and he was had that classic Sheffield accent. And I remember we were writing one particular song, and someone, I don't remember if it was me or him, but said the lyric, "How long does it take to get to Rome?" And from that moment, something clicked in me, and we went on a whole nother song, and then we ended up writing this song. And it was, again, we wrote it and I really loved it, but I didn't think much of it, and we weren't even going to record it. But Greg Haver, producer, said, "I just love this song, we have to record it." And I said, "Okay, I'll trust you on it." And he said, and I remember when I committed to recording it, I remember getting the lyrics out again, and I remember just reading through and changing a thing here or there, and then reading it back and being like, wow, this all of a sudden meant so much to me, just with a couple of lyric changes. And then it's turned out to be my favourite song on the album. So
Cool.
I'm really grateful for that vision of Greg's.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, good luck with the record once it gets out. And
Thanks so much.
You're going to be playing some shows around the country a little
Yes.
bit with the band. So it'd be good to get your feet out there and doing it with the guys.
Yeah, can't wait to play. It's been, as I said, there's been 2.5 years of writing, so we're ready to play.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
No, thanks for having me. Cheers.
Holding on to an instinct that I can't seem to shake. Going home with an inkling, something about to change. Waking up with a feeling I ain't felt in years, brings me close to tears. I have this hunch up in my stomach, but I don't yet trust it. It stood me up a bunch of times before, and I have suffered. I've loved enough to know that when it comes, you make the most. You never wanna let that feeling go. I don't wanna let this feeling go. Don't stop, give me that feeling, give me that feeling, give me that feeling. Don't stop, give me that feeling, no. 'Cause I don't wanna let that feeling go. Don't stop, give me that feeling, give me that feeling, give me that feeling. Time is of the essence, spent wisely it can't all be lost in an instant. If you take it for granted, now let a seed has been planted. Let go of your fear and shift up a gear. I've been behaving kind of crazy, 'cause I got this secret making its way up to the surface. Now I can't suppress it. I can no longer go pretending like there's nothing going on. I wanna let this feeling go. Oh, I'm gonna let this feeling grow. Don't stop, give me that feeling, give me that feeling, give me that feeling. Don't stop, give me that feeling, no. 'Cause I don't wanna let that feeling go. Don't stop, give me that feeling, give me that feeling, give me that feeling. If you stop giving me this feeling, I won't be able to sleep. Don't you stop giving me this feeling, I need more than you think. Keep on giving me this feeling, I take it any way, shape or form. It makes me feel incredible. And all I wanna do